maybe from the US, it's just early morning for others. I want to welcome everybody to this call and thank you for finding time to be here. My name is Grace Chege and I'm an excited distributor. And also tonight, I'm also very happy to say that this business has changed my life. And today we are in a business meeting. And I can tell you that the training we are in today and the session is going to help all of us get very far. I'm happy because I always say I'm a product of training because I joined this business on part-time. I'm a HR by training and by profession. And when I joined, I needed money. My why was money. But today we are going to learn the bigger part of the business. How do you get this money? How do you get to understand the health part and all that? I also know that we might be having guests on this call. I want to encourage you to stay with us until the end so that you can learn what we do in your life. And our mission across the world is making the world a healthier and a happier place. And Neolife has been in business for 63 years now in over 50 countries. So if you're a guest on this call, I want to welcome you so much and have a notebook and a pen because today I'm excited because 7 years ago, the person who shared with me this opportunity is our guest speaker tonight, and that is my upline director and my sponsor, Piti Isaac. And I can tell you today, we are being trained by the best because this is a person who has mentored me, who has shown me the way together with Piti Purity. And so we are in best hands. All I pray is that you stay until the end so that you understand what it takes to succeed in our business. I'm very happy to tell you I've succeeded this business doing it on part-time by the grace of God. And I want to encourage all our guests on this call. We have so many other leaders doing the business on full-time and on part-time. And so that I don't want to waste so much opportunity to welcome our speaker, Piti Isaac. And I'm very happy because one of the things he told me when I came to Neolife, he told me, Grace, make sure you be attending the training because I've told you guys I joined on part-time. So today I'm very happy to introduce him to yet another training. I know he has done a lot for us, but today I'm so happy to invite my upline sponsor and my Piti Isaac. Karibu sana. We are ready for you.
Thank you very much, Grace, and I'm really excited even for the invitation also, and because you are normally the one in charge of this part of this training. So first of all, I'm happy because of the invitation, and on top of that, because of the good introduction. And I'm always proud of you, Piti Grace, and when I see what you have done. And when I also remember our earlier days, even in this business, I think it's a great joy that sometimes we just need to be looking at it, where we are coming from and what has happened. So I would want you to keep me on my toes, so to say, so that in the event any problem with my network, make sure that I get to know immediately. But I'm really happy, and I am glad that I have this opportunity. So thank you very much, Piti Grace. And I also want to say karibu sana for every other person that is on the call this evening. My name is Isaac Ndungu, and by profession, I'm a high school teacher. How many years ago? 8 years ago, I could do alongside the teaching. Because like each one of you, I went to school. And when I went to school, I was told to work very hard. In fact, my parents told me to work very hard, and that if I worked very hard, I would get very good grades. And if I got very good grades, I would also get a very good job. And I did that. I went to school and I worked hard and finally found myself in the Moi University main campus. So those of you that are on the call and they know Keses, I used to branch off at Cheptiret, and then I would get to Moi University. And I did a B.Ed course there. I became a teacher of English and literature, and I started teaching in Chogoria, Meru. And the course of teaching, I also got married. So I have married Purity Wamuyo and Ndungu, that is my wife. And between us, we have 3 children. and we've been together now for the last 18 years. On top of that, so I got a transfer from Chogoria, Meru. And when I got that transfer, I came over to a school called Rocho Girls. Rocho Girls is in Murang'a County, that is in Kenya, in a place called Kandara. And when I came there, I was operating from Nairobi. And in the course of my teaching, that is when I was invited for this presentation. In fact, initially, it was my wife who was invited, and she came home and told me about the opportunity. And we started off with a lot of course, excitement and all the handles, all the challenges that come to this business when it is when you are beginning. I'm going to share that. That is part of my sharing. And the business started growing. And when it started growing, it started becoming clearer and clearer in my mind about the nature of the business I was involved in. And this evening, I'm so excited that I have a chance to share with you on what it takes. But allow me to start with this: what it does not take, what you must avoid. I would call them the pitfalls. The pitfalls. What make people actually either leave this business or badmouth it or don't get anything from this business. And if you ask them, they tell you, I tried that business and it did not help me. So I want to start with those things. There will be 7. And then I'm also going to have 7 points of what it takes. So if you're ready with your points, I'm not going to share my screen. And I hope to be very clear. So be ready. Number 1, I have actually named them as deadly pitfalls. In other words, what it does not take. If you have to succeed in this business, what you must avoid. Number 1, reinventing the wheel. In other words, coming up with other ways that have not been tried and you want to apply them to avoid the pain of building this business. So you come up with your own concoctions. You come up and they say, I know you have been doing this, but I want to change now and I want to do it this way. So what happens is it becomes more complicated. So reinventing the wheel is one of the dangers. When the company or when your sponsor tells you, we are going to do this business and these are our basics. Our basics are: number 1, use the product; number 2, share the product; number 3, share the opportunity; and number 4, or rather number 3 and 4, number 3 and 2, they are normally put together. You know, the sharing of the product and sharing the opportunity. But then the last one is training. When your sponsor or the person who brought you in the business tells you that, just take it that way. Just do that. And don't start asking, now, which brings more money? Is it selling the product or is it bringing people? You know, don't start asking those questions. When you are told, these are the basics. The basics means the key things, the fundamentals, you know, those things that must be done if you're to succeed in this business. So that is it. And I'm so happy I have seen my friend, Engineer Mwirigi. Most welcome, Engineer, and I'm so happy to see you in the meeting. Karibu sana, Engineer. So the issue is, don't reinvent the wheel. In other words, don't start doing things that have not been done. Allow me to say this. Don't see your sponsor or the person who is mentoring you in the business as foolish. He may be having a lower IQ in your own measurement. But when you are starting the business, kindly Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't come and start saying, instead of sharing the business, why don't I do more of this than this? I think I can't do this one because of this, such things. Don't reinvent the wheel. Number 2, making yourself the issue. Now, note this one carefully. When you are beginning this business, you are actually a bad representative of this business, of the company. You are not a good representative of your life when you are beginning. Allow me to say that. Why? Because chances are you are frustrated. Watu wamekataa kuingia. People have refused to get into the business, so you are really frustrated. Number 2, you may have joined to look for money and you don't have it. Another thing is that you really don't have, you are discouraged. When you are beginning, you are discouraged. You are not a good representative of new life. Let me tell you that. When you are beginning, you are not a good representative of new life. You do not have money from this company. You have not made enough money. You have a lot of issues to deal with, even as a person. So when you are beginning this business, you are actually not a good representative of new life. So what should you do? And you have started. What you should do is be honest. Even when you have the prospect asking you, na wewe umepata pesa ngapi? When they start asking you, how much money have you earned? And that time, you know very well, the much you have ever earned is probably 10,000. Ama wakati ulikuwa umevuja rekodi, ukafikisha 20,000. So generally you have not earned from this company. So what should you do? Tell the person, I joined recently. I have not made much money. But guess what? The person who brought me in the business last month made over 300,000. And this is her number. This is his number. Give them the number of the person mentoring you in the business and who has actually made some success. Now, if the question they had was concerning the income, they will definitely see, oh, this person is making 300,000 Kenya shillings. Then you tell them, I just started, but I know I'm going there. But for now, I have not earned. Beginning, don't make it your issue. Don't make it the issue. Don't look at yourself as the representative of the company. I hope you can still hear me. Engineer,
Yeah,
you can do.
hear you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Asante sana. So don't make yourself the issue, especially when you are beginning this business. Last month, not last month, but one. Allow me to use this example of my friend, our upcoming PT, Jane Anyona. And I did a calculation, a simple calculation of her check, and it was above 100,000. Now, when she gets that, and probably you are in her team and somebody challenges you, how much did you get last month? Be confident to say, I have actually not gotten much money, but the person who brought me in the business got over 100,000 na hata yeye haja kazi vile sana, lakini I can give you their number. So don't make yourself the issue when you are beginning this business, because you are not a good representative yet. However, you will definitely become, because you are in the process. Number 3, another thing that you should never make, another deadly pitfall, is taking rejection personally. In this business, when you invite people to look at this business, some people will never come, and others will tell you on your face that take away that pyramid from me. Never tell me about such things. of kuzungusha vitu. You'll be rejected. You will make meetings. I have seen this one happen several times. We organize meetings like we used to organize in Kisumu. We would organize meetings with a number of people, and we would go there. I would travel overnight to go to Kisumu, and my friend, we would travel. Sometimes we would travel with Grace, and my friend Jenna Nyona would always be there from Nakuru. She would wake up very early, probably around 2, 3 a.m. to find herself very early at 8 a.m. in Kisumu. And then we have invited people, vizuri, tumealika vizuri. But guess what would happen? In the meeting, you find that, and we have paid for the hall, not the company, from our own money. And let me laugh at Jane Anyona, because that time she was a senior manager. And you can be sure she was not getting any money from the company, not really much. And then she's using her little money, her own money, personal money now, to actually, the fare and everything. And then the meeting, the people attending the meeting, there are only 3, watatu. You have 3 people attend the meeting, and you are 3 presenters, so to say. And then in the course of the meeting, a 4th one comes. So that now all of you are now 7. The guest and the presenters are 7. And then in the course of the meeting, 2 leave. Yani before you finish, 2 people leave. And then you are left with such kind of, that is the rejection. And you had invited over 500 people. Watu 500. And then only now, the 4 turn up and 2 leave before the meeting is over. That is rejection. No, so what are you supposed to do? Don't take it personally. They have not rejected you as an individual. So the deadly thing that you would do is to take that rejection personally. Now, there is another rejection of another level. Nowadays, we may not have physical meetings. So you call your friends, you even send them the link, and they do not show up. They are not interested. In fact, some tell you outrightly, I am not interested with that thing. Do not take rejection personally. Why shouldn't you take it personally? Because if you take it personally, it will bring you down. It will remove your power. It will remove your energy to do this business. And this business, you cannot do it with baggage. Huwezi fanya hii biashara na mizigo. In fact, I always teach people, even in the course of doing the business, because you will find this one happening, make yourself light. Even when somebody does something wrong to you, forgive them. Learn to forgive and leave it. Why? Because this business is tough. You cannot run in this business with baggage, with loads of baggage on you. So learn to be light if you want to survive in this business. So when people do some bad stuff on you, don't carry them. So don't carry them. Just forgive and move on. Otherwise, if you become a person of saying, you remember what you did to me last year, kumbuka, last year but one. Now, if you start opening records on this business, hutaifanya. So learn to, when you are rejected, treat it with like, of course you feel the pinch, but learn to go over it. Learn to say, it's okay. So, and then go to the next person. Of course, some rejections are different. There are some that are more painful than others. But rejection is rejection. And apparently, even with the technology, rejection is still painful. When somebody writes you a message and tells you, never write to me about those pyramid stuff, you can be sure that is not something very sweet. But you have to take it. And then you hit the ground running. Number 4, another thing that you should really avoid, neglecting your retail or sales. Neglecting your retail sales. Yani, refusing to sell, kukosa kuuza. That is another pitfall. Because when you're beginning this business, there is no money. Hakuna pesa, uko shule ni kusoma unasoma. You may get 10,000 there, 20,000 there, 30,000 there, but there is really not, sio pesa mzuri ambao unaweza sema umepata. So one way of cushioning yourself is selling. Uza. Right now, there are so many products to actually sell. People are looking for products like zinc, products like Supergrow, for example, products of different types, Uza. Don't hesitate to sell. When you sell, number one, you get to know the products. When you get to know the products, it becomes better for you even when you're talking to other people about the same. Number two, it will give you money. And let me tell you, the earlier you get money in your hands, the better. Hata kama ni siku ya kwanza, pata pesa kwa hii biashara. When people are talking about this business and you do not have money in your hands concerning the same business, sometimes it looks like it's their own idea. So don't neglect your sales. Uza omega-3. Uza 3NN. Uza kabisa. So don't neglect sales. Don't say that selling is for your downlines or for the success line, the people that are coming. No. Uza. It will really help you to build the business. And it will give you the money too. In fact, I have put it in my notes, especially your first and second year. Uza kabisa. Sell as much as you can. It will give you money when there is no check. So you will never say, I don't have a check. Why? Because you'll always have some money with you. So I'm really happy that I've also seen a friend of mine, another friend of mine called Gaido Waweru. Gaido Waweru, you are most welcome, sir. And I'm so happy to see you. Many days, sir. Thank you very much for attending the presentation this evening. I'm happy to see you. So number 4 and number 5 now. Another pitfall that many people engage and they fail is a small time attitude. A small time attitude. What do I mean by this? When you look at the business in a small way, it's like you don't see like it can do much. In fact, you become casual. And somebody told me, if you make this business, if you approach it in a casual way, you actually become a casualty. So don't be casual on the business. A small time attitude is like, what are you doing? Nika biashara kengine hapa nafanya, na nione kama katafanya. Now, that one is a true way to actually fail. So how do you see it? I was so happy with when I was going through my notes, I saw the owners of IBM, the IBM company, the big company, the way they started it, the very first day they started that business, they saw it as a fortune, as that big business. So don't look at your business as a small thing. See it as a big business from the word go. It will definitely be small. It is going to start small. In fact, there are times you will only be the one in the business. When you are beginning, ni wewe tu peke yake ambao uko kwa timu yako. It is a small team. It is going to start small. That is the normal way. But the point is this. In your mind, see it as a big company. When you're beginning this business, see yourself as a 5-diamond director. See yourself as a person who is earning 5 million Kenya shillings, for example. Can you imagine taking home 5 million Kenya shillings every month from this business? It is doable. It can be done. It has been done. It is being done even today. So when you're beginning the business, remove the small time attitude. You know, a feeling like I'm not doing much. Nika biashara kengine nauza sabuni. I have a big company. Excuse me. And this business of mine is touching 55 countries. I'm not only dealing with Kenya. No, I am dealing with so many people all over the world in 55 countries. I have started small, but my company is big. So something else that makes people fail is that a small time attitude. People treating this business as a hobby, or treating it like you do it when sikia biashara. Leo sijisikii kabisa, sijisikii. Sijui kama ni vile kuko na baridi, but sijisikii biashara. Now that way, now you can be certain you are not going to go far. So from the word go, if you are to succeed in this business, see it as a big biashara. See it as big business that actually can sustain you, and not only you, even your people to come later, your relatives, you know, a business that you can bequeath to your you know, your children or the other people that are around you. So remove, that is a pitfall. Remove a small time attitude. Onyesha ni biashara kubwa. And how do you also do that one? Even the way you deal with it and how you talk to other people about it. And by the way, there's something I have learned over time. I don't business over. I have a presentation, and especially when the presentation is coming from South Africa, I normally put it, and I have an Africa based presentation on Monday at 8 p.m. for Africa. And the person is like, hey, okay, so it is something that big. Yeah, yes, we can't discuss it over the phone, honestly. I'm talking about the billionaire's business. So hatuwezi ongelelea hii biashara kwa simu. If you're serious about it, get time for it. I will talk to you about the same. Then I will tell somebody else, I have a presentation for East Africa. It is going to be in Swahili. So if you're serious about joining my, in the presentation, be available on Friday at 8 p.m. Si unieleze kidogo kwa simu? Hapana. Get time for it. And I will talk to you about it that time. You see, when your mind knows that you are dealing with a big business, you will give it enough time. You will have time for it. It will be part of you. And then guess what is going to happen? It will pay you. Itakulipa kabisa. Hii biashara nimegundua. If you take it seriously, it also takes you very seriously. Very seriously. You know, recently I saw
PT, are you there?
Sorry.
Oh,
I am there. Oh, sorry, I am hanging.
Yeah, wait, just a bit. You are back.
And the way I had given a good example. Okay, let me. So I am giving this back to my friend Gaido and Engineer Muirigi. If you can't hear me, you do like this. Then I'll be getting to know I am not being heard. Thank you. So I was saying, the small time attitude, remove kabisa. Then number 6, listening to dream stealers. Wezi wadoto, is it doto? Dreams, yeah. Wezi. Listening to dream stealers. I will tell you this. Never engage other people in a discussion concerning our industry until you are trained about our industry and you are confident and ready. Don't allow your dreams to be stolen. And who are the first stealers? Number one, colleagues. Colleagues where you work. Number two, relatives. Sometimes very close relatives. Number three, friends. Number four, media. You know, you will go to the media and they will explain to you that network marketing is a pyramid. And they will talk about that one, they will talk about that one. And they engage you in such a kind of a discussion. But in a certain university, some colleagues, we were with them in the university, and they are teaching in the same university. So I have found some of the companies actually gives, and parastatals for that matter, gives a very good example of what a pyramid is. If you look up there, you only have the top guy, if as one. Then down there, you have a number of them that are in the board. Then down there, you have another one, the managers or the HODs. Then unaanguka. Hapa chini is where the majority of the people are. When there is a problem, for example, there is not enough money, the people to be removed first are the ones down there. And that is a real actually pyramid, if you look at it very well. Now, if I may probably even put it, even the payment, the people on top are highly paid. But ukikuja chini, the money goes lower and lower and lower. So what happens is, in the event, the people that are usually sacrificed are the ones on the lower cadre. But in our business, this is what happens. You invite people to do business with you, but in the course of time, you will find even the people that brought you in the business, actually you are getting paid more than them. Now, the immediate person who invited me in the business, I remember he left the business in our second, third month hapo, because we got paid more than him. So aliacha biashara. My point is this: the fact that somebody has brought you in this business does not mean that you cannot get paid more than that person. So when you listen to dream stealers, people that steal your dream, they will come up with ideas, and then you pitch a tent to discuss this business. Then what will happen is, because you have not been trained, because you lack in terms of confidence, and you're not really ready for such discussions, you may end up not doing much in this business. Don't listen to dream stealers. Kuna wezi wa dreams. The last one, abusing your sponsor. Now, sio kumtukana, but this is how you can abuse your sponsor. Every time you have a complaint, you take to your sponsor. Lamentations, like those ones of Jeremiah, you remember in the Bible. And other emotional demands. You are always complaining, and complaining to your sponsor for that matter. And then you can actually kind of make your sponsor like a psychotherapist. Yeye ndiye wakati umerejectiwa unamkimbia kwake. Every time you have a problem, you go there, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But when it is continued, what happens it wears down your sponsor and it feels like you are taking too much energy from him or her. So learn, don't abuse your sponsor. In fact, I always advise, as early as you can, become an independent distributor. Become independent. Not really ignoring your sponsor, but when you have known how to make your order, how to sponsor, how to do the trainings, slowly by slowly, leave your sponsor. Not really leaving him but or her, but be so much on your sponsor so that you do not overweigh him or her until akiona simu yako anasema, oh, amekuja tena, amepiga tena, and I'm very sure anakuja kulia. So avoid that one. So as early as you can, actually become independent. Do the business on your own. That is also the beauty of the same. So abusing your sponsor is another pitfall. And many sponsors are wise. So they will realize this one, hatafanya biashara, amekuja tu kunililia kila wakati. So the best, they will find a way of putting you off. Sometimes not very sweet. So I am done with my 7 pitfalls. What were they? Number 1, I talked about avoid reinventing the wheel. Number 2, avoid making yourself the issue. Number 3, avoid taking rejection personally. Number 4, avoid neglecting your retail sales. Don't neglect your retail sales. User. Number 5, a small time attitude. Like you are doing this business, you are actually not serious about it. You are not committed really about this business. Avoid that attitude. Number 6, listening to dream stealers. And number 7, avoid abusing your sponsor. Now, what it takes. So I'm going to take you through the following. I hope to take like, of course, less time. I can see I have like 10 or 15 minutes. So I'll be done by 9. What it takes. Number 1, become a positive thinker. Be positive. Look at things in a positive way. Train yourself to think like a successful person. Train yourself to think like a successful person. So become a positive thinker. Allow yourself to think positively. When you wake up in the morning, say, this is a good day. I am winning this day. Things are going to get better and better for me this day. Become a positive thinker. Number 2, teachability. Learn, soma. Listen. Attend meetings. Now, P.T. Grace mentioned that when she was starting off the meeting. Attend meetings where training is taking place. I read something recently that says, if you want to be successful, go where success is. And where is success? In the training. Don't miss out on trainings. Even when it is a presentation, like the BOP, attend, you realize something. Different presenters present differently, and you definitely learn something new every time you attend. So don't miss out. Don't miss out when you hear there is, for example, a conference. I know we will be soon having a conference for our team. Just here in Nairobi, we'll be having a conference soon. When you hear something about something like that one, be there. Say, I want to be there. I want to hear what is going to happen there. Don't miss out. You know, be there, be present. You know, so be teachable and learn. Number 3, generosity. Generosity, be generous to your team. Especially, you need to give your team time. Many times you will spend your money on your team, and of course, compassion. So be generous. If you are a stingy person, if you are stingy, mkono ngamu. Like somebody was telling me that you even block the people that you brought into the business. Yani umeleta mtu na unamblock asikupigie simu. Now that one is a very good way of telling you are not going to go far. So it takes you to be actually generous with your time, generous with your money, generous with your compassion. You will need to do that. You cannot succeed in this business if you are not generous. Number 4, tough skin. In fact, I have written skin like a rhino, a rhinoceros. You know a rhino, a tough skin. Be a person who can weather challenges, because challenges will come in this business. And let me assure you, whichever side, if they don't come from the upline, they will come from the downline. If those two are not contributing, they will come from the cross line. And if they don't, they will come from the marketplace. I mean, you will get challenges in this business. You have to be a person who says, I am moving on. After that, I am going on. I am not stopping. I have the energy. I have a feeling there's something good here. I will push on. Have that element of a rhino, a tough skin. Enthusiasm is number 5. Do this business with happiness. Be a happy person. Show that you like the business. You know, don't be like a friend of mine who gets into the meeting, anaweka on, lakini hakui kwa mkutano. Hata kuna wakati mwingine haweki sauti, so that now hataonekana. But it's like he is saying, sawa tu, ebuni iwe hapo. That is not the way to go. Love the business. Uipende. You know, uwe hapo unasema, don't be like, you know, when you don't like it, or when you have an issue with it, you'll be saying, another meeting. Hey, unajua jana tulikuwa kwa mkutano. You know, we had another meeting the other day. Kwani hakuna kazi ingine? Ni hii tu. You know, that way now is a very good precursor of actually failing in this business. So love the business. Uipende tu. Uipende. And it will actually give back. Number 6, have drive. Drive. I don't know whether Shari is in the meeting today. Shari is June Shari. I don't know whether.
Yes, she is.
You know, this lady challenged me another day. And she did this June. I think that it is that June. She organized for a meeting, and she was the only speaker. I mean, she was the speaker. She was the main part. She's a senior manager, but she organizes her own meeting with her people, and then with her team. You can now imagine a team of a senior manager, and then you hear the meeting had over 100 people. Now that one is a drive. A senior manager who does, she's not the only one, definitely, but a senior manager who does not wait for other people to organize for her the meeting, but she takes herself there. Another friend of mine, Mwalimu Phoebe Manyonge. Phoebe Manyonge goes to talk to people about Supergrow in Nyahururu. So she was trying to tell me the name of the place, you know, and her pronunciation was not very good, but I knew she was telling me a place called Guakongo, you know, and she was there and explaining the business. I was so excited. Phoebe is a senior manager and a retired teacher, but not tired. You know, that is drive. That is what I call drive. Yani, huyo mtu anajipeleka. There is a technical saying in Greek. You may not understand Greek, but there's a technical saying that says dideko e magoro, meaning anything that you can push and it is pushable has wheels. It is able to propel itself. It is able kind of to drive itself. So it becomes very easy to push it. Drive, have drive in this business. And then lastly, have incredible persistence. You have to be a person who can wait. Things are not working well. People are not joining your business, but you are there. Did you know if you had all the other qualities of what it takes and you miss out on persistence, you fail the whole thing because you do not wait for the payday. Unaondoka kabla siku ya malipo. You have all the other qualities, but you miss out on this one. Apparently, you miss out on everything else because you never waited. So, what does it take? Number one, become a positive thinker. Number two, teachability. Be teachable. Generosity. Number four, develop the skin of a rhino. Be hard. Have a backbone. Huwezi survive. Utasurvive. Number five, have enthusiasm. Be happy about this biashara. Number six, have drive. Drive. And number seven, have an incredible persistence. Yaani wewe ni mtu ambaye anakaa na anagojea mpaka aone mwisho hii mambo itakuwa namna gani. So allow me to stop at that. And I want to welcome back. I want to give back the meeting to our upcoming PT, Grace Chege. Grace, can you hear me?
Yes, PT, I can hear you.
Oh, thank you very much. You can now take it up.
Thank you so much. As we come to the end of the meeting, I really want to thank you, PT, because these things that you've talked about tonight, they are such a reality. And everyone who is hearing and you want to be a professional network marketer, I hope you have written those points. Because especially on the pitfalls, myself and so many distributors, including even our PT, can tell you, especially the issues of, you know, the small attitude, because your cousin said they will not join the business. I remember PT Isaac went to my sister's home in Thika. She went to talk to my two biological sisters so that they could join Neolife. Now, I want you to see these are my sisters. And they never joined. And I only have two sisters. But PT Isaac taught me how to separate the issues. And he told me these people will always be your sisters and you're not going to leave the business. So if it is those hurdles, we have seen them. He has told you about the family and the people who will say no. In the professional world, the people who never supported me were my colleagues. So those pitfalls are real. You feel they are hard. And I love that, PT, you started with that. Because sometimes it takes that. If you overcome that, then you can be able to be a hardliner in this business. I want to encourage every distributor on this call. I want to really encourage you with our 5-diamond director, Charlie Bolton. Today I was sharing with somebody from South Africa, and they told me the story of Charlie and how he persisted. So that's how most of us, including myself and PT Isaac, we are in this business, because Charlie connected and networked. But for him to grow businesses in markets where even there is no New Life office, that person went through so much. I want you to think about what you are going through as a manager or a senior manager. But I want to tell you, one day, your name will be great. The opportunity of New Life has changed my mindset. And I want to thank you so much, PT Isaac, for sponsoring me, because my mindset has changed to that of an entrepreneur. It doesn't mean the pitfalls have not been there. They are still there up to now. I was still telling somebody, I've spoken to somebody from January, and today we are in the month of July, yani tuko katikati ya mwaka, and that person has not joined. But guess what? It's persistence that is going to build us up. That incredible persistence. Thank you, PT Isaac, you persisted. You invited me for 6 months. Yani nilikuwa namlenga, yani kumlenga means I was just ignoring him. He invited me. So every time somebody gives me a no, I am quick to remind myself what I was doing to PT Isaac. I was seeing his messages and I was deleting. But thank you, PT, for your persistence, because today you have changed the world, because you became persistent in inviting me. You know, this is a real story that has happened. This is not another person's story. So what if PT Isaac never persisted? And I was so serious with him. Anytime he invited me, I was just like, I didn't want to talk to him. But since he was the teacher to my daughter, that is my niece that I was bringing up, I still said, let me just go. But even the day I went for the meeting, PT, you were so enthusiastic and you gave me a front seat. Little did I know that you had invited me to change my life. And I want to say thank you for that, because that tough skin is what that most distributors lack. And so they give up before they are paid. So today, I want to tell you those 7 pointers we've been given on the don'ts and the do's. If you really take them up seriously, you will achieve. Talk to our directors who are on this call across Kenya. Others have been in this business for 2 years before they became directors. Others became quickly, but others stayed on. So either way, they became directors. But remember, there is a critical point, especially when PT Isaac you talked about. Don't hesitate or neglect sales. Because when you neglect sales, you will not have a profit. You'll keep clapping for other people. I want to encourage you as a professional right now. It is bad in the employment world. Nobody is safe. And truly, truly, I thank God that I found this opportunity. I will tell you, when I started, I was mixed up. I didn't understand things. I didn't know the product names. It's okay if you have just joined us and you're feeling confused, but you're going to make it there. I also want to encourage you that because this is an opportunity for all, please relate with everybody. PT Isaac is a professional teacher with even a master's, but I am in his team and so many other people are in his team, old, young, educated or not, but he supports all of us. So if you want to be a leader and if you want to win, focus on what we've been told tonight and just be teachable. That is one of the things that is so hard for adults to do. Because when you're told to do 100 points, you say, this month I'm not feeling like niko na matanga. Na pia kuna school fees. You know, like in Kenya, this is a week of school fees. So I want to tell you, I can see my friend Florencio Obwane from Eldoret laughing. This is a week of school fees, and it's true. But I want to tell you, that persistence of doing that 100 points, of doing that 250 points, is what that will take you to the dreams that you want. Otherwise, stop dreaming now if you're not committing to the basics. So I want to really say thank you to everybody on the call. Thank you so much, Paul Moto, for giving us the link. And thank you, PT Isaac, for always leading from the front. And thank you so much for the training tonight. And God bless everyone who was here. Bye-bye.